Alright, hello, citizens of the Nigelverse. It is Nigel here once again, and this is another tier list. So, today we look at the attires for one of my absolute favorite wrestlers ever in history. I'm talking about the one, the only, the arguably the greatest luchador of all time, Rey Mysterio. I absolutely love Rey Mysterio. I've loved Rey Mysterio since I was a kid, and I feel like I resonated with him a lot because I wasn't really the biggest. I was kind of a small dog in a fight, but Rey proved that it's not the size of the dog in the fight, but it's the size of the fight in the dog. Rey Mysterio overcoming obstacles almost his entire life, his entire career, even despite his small stature, able to pull off the excellent lucha style and really like popularize it so much here in the States. He's truly an innovator in the field of lucha libre, in the culture of lucha libre. I absolutely love him, and the fact that he's still going even after all these years. At time of his recording, he's back. He's now on the SmackDown brand. His son Dominic is part of the Judgment Day on the Raw brand and everything. But just Rey Mysterio, just awesome. But sorry, I had to gush about Rey Mysterio for a second, because we got our attires here, and we move down to our tiers. We've got in our tiers, and there's quite a few Rey Mysterio attires here, because Rey Mysterio's had a lot of attires over the years, arguably considered the greatest mask ever, and he's had a lot of crazy, cool, colorful attires over the years. But in terms of our tiers, we've got 619 tier, meaning top of the top, awesome tier. Of course, 619, not just the finisher Rey Mysterio uses, but where he's from, the San Diego area, San Diego, California. We got A tier, which means really, really good. Not enough for 619 tier, but really good. B tier is middle of the road. Not great, but not horrible either. So it's like our middle ground. C tier, meaning one or two things keeping it out of the bottom of the barrel. And then at the bottom of the barrel, we have hang up the phone. Don't dial 619. Hang up the phone. Our bottom tiers have been empty the last two times. Will they be empty this time? Let's find out. Starting with WCW. Now, this one's probably going to be an automatic B because he's had quite a few attires in WCW, but what I noticed is that this mask looks like a lot skinnier than the masks he would end up wearing, and just the overall frame of Rey Mysterio is a lot skinnier, but the pants usually have like some cool designs and everything. It's more like tights as opposed to like regular pants that he would have later on in his career, and he would kind of go back to the tights nowadays, but still really cool stuff. And you got the question marks and everything. Of course, the man of mystery. Rey Mysterio literally means king of mystery in Spanish, which is really, really cool. But yeah, so WCW Rey Mysterio attires are going in B tier for me, just meet in the middle. However, one definitely stands out, and that's Halloween Havoc 1997 from the match with Eddie Guerrero, or that all-time classic match, which I reviewed. So if you haven't already, go check out that review on my channel. But seeing this attire is really, really fantastic. It's such an iconic attire. How it's got like the Phantom stuff and everything, and with the question marks and the purple whole gear here, and with the pants and the boots and the designs for like the wristlets. It's pretty cool. So yeah, just overall legendary, iconic attire. So you gotta put it in 619 tier, or for sure. So Halloween Havoc 1997, and it's a great gear on top of a really fantastic match, like I said, which is really, really good. Next up is no mask. Yes, Rey Mysterio. There was a time where Rey Mysterio had no mask in WCW. He was forced to unmask after losing to I forget who exactly, but he had to unmask. Fun fact, apparently he was supposed to unmask during this match with Eddie Guerrero, but he fought to keep the mask on, but he eventually had to drop the mask, and it did not work out for him that well. Like, the thing about Rey Mysterio is he hasn't aged a day. Like, he has not aged at all, which is a good thing and a bad thing because he looks way too young. He looks younger than me, but But he also turned heel as part of the Filthy Animals in WCW. It just does not look good. I'm sorry, I gotta put it in hand. Uh, yeah, I'm sorry, Ray, but without the mask, you gotta hang up the phone, man. You gotta hang up the phone. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'll call you back though, but I'm sorry. Next up is the WWE debut for Rey Mysterio. Oh, um, and he debuted, I believe, also against Kurt Angle. Him and John Cena both debuting against Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle putting over new stars, but this is a pretty cool attire, like the red and the black and stuff, and the red armbands and the black gloves and stuff. This one I think I'm gonna put in B. Uh, uh, Rey Mysterio's debut in not WCW, WWE. I'm putting in B tier. It's pretty cool. Next up is the silver attire, and yes, he's painted his body silver. It's supposed to be based off the Silver Surfer. Rey Mysterio also wearing a lot of superhero-inspired gear. I get what he's going for. It's supposed to be fully silver, but I feel like that caused it to be a little too generic. Again, not a whole lot going on, which kind of hurts the gear a little bit. And the paint I get, but it was also a little weird. So unfortunately, this one I'm gonna have to put in C. I'm not gonna hang up the phone on this one, but definitely C, I think. Um, but yeah, sorry, Ray, but I appreciate the effort though. Next up is yellow. Oh, and yellow attire that he wore. I do like the yellow and the blue, if I'm not mistaken, is there, and then it's around the cross, and then on the other side as well. Uh, I feel like yellow attires, at least for me, are usually hit or miss, but I think this one, for the most part, is pretty okay. So I think this one I'll also put in B. So yellow is going in B as well. Next up is the San Diego Chargers. We kind of leap ahead in the timeline with this, but Ray with the San Diego Chargers gear looks really cool. Of course, Ray from San Diego. He's got the light blue and the yellow and like the lightning bolt uh, on there, and he's got the blue gloves and everything with the white insides, of course. But I think this one I am going to put in B as well. It's pretty cool. So San Diego Chargers is going in B tier for me. Pretty cool tire for the most part. Next up is WrestleMania 19, and this is a Daredevil inspired attire. And this is like the Daredevil movie from like 2003. You know, the bad one. But the thing is, I want to like this attire, but I feel like if it was based off like comics Daredevil, where it was like a brighter red, I feel like it would pay off. It looks similar to like this, but this attire, but I feel like the more maroon kind of kills it a little bit. I appreciate the effort, but it's kind of killing it a little bit. Ray, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, but I gotta give it. I don't want to hang up the phone on that, but I gotta give it C. Definitely disappointing. But at least his other superhero attires would make up for it, such as WrestleMania 20. Here we go. There we go. This looks a lot better. It's based off the Flash, so he's got like the design on the chest. He's got the yellow and the bright red and everything, and he's got the I guess like hawk design that he has. All these years, I've never known for sure what type of bird that's supposed to be, if at all. But yeah, so this one I'll actually put in A. It actually looks pretty cool. So WrestleMania 20 is going in A. Really good stuff, in my opinion. Next up is WrestleMania 21, and from what I heard, this was a really good match. I gotta check it out, but I really like this one. I like the white and the black and everything, and I do like the Mexican colors, not just on the stomach there, or as he's wearing the shirt, but it's also green and red on these sides. So this one is really really cool. So I think this one I'll also put in A. Also really like this one. Do I want to put in A or B? I think I'll leave it in A. It's a really good one. Yeah, I might change my mind later. I'm not sure, but yeah, I think you know I'm gonna give it another look here. Yeah, I'll leave it in A. It's pretty cool. I really like it. I almost said WrestleMania. SummerSlam 2005, and this one is supposed to be based off the or Fantastic Four, or which the movie was out around that time, which I did a review of. So if you haven't already, go check that out on the channel. And I think by the time this video uploads, my review of Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer will also be out. So go check that out as well if it is up. If it's not up yet, then go check it out when it comes up. But I like this one. I like the blue. I like how it's a darker blue. He's got the blue armbands, and I like how it's got like the 619 there on like the side, the right side of the chest. It's like the Fantastic Four. Or I could totally be wrong, and this could just be a blue attire, but I think it because he does wear a lot of superhero attire, so I think this is based off Fantastic Four. But I really like this one, and really good match as well. So I think I'll put it in B. Yeah, I think this one I'll put in B. So SummerSlam 2005 is going in B, at least for me. Still pretty cool attire, and definitely gotta check out this match and review it for the channel. Next up is the Royal Rumble 2006, and this looks very similar, if not the same, as this one, except the difference being the armbands with the Eddie Guerrero armband, because of course sadly Eddie Guerrero, as pictured here, passed away, and Rey Mysterio won the Royal Rumble in his honor, aka they pretty much profited off of Eddie Guerrero's death for the storyline, but business is business, I guess. But as for the attire itself, like I said, very similar to that one. So it's probably gonna the only difference being the armband, and of course gotta pay tribute to Eddie Guerrero, of course. But as for the attire itself, if that one's a B, then I think this will also be in B as well. Really really cool attire though. I really do like the red, which is nice, and of course the respect to Eddie. WrestleMania 22. So, this was the triple threat against Randy Orton and Kurt Angle as a result of him winning the Royal Rumble. But the black looks really nice. But also look at the entrance attire, like the headdress and like all the extra stuff and everything. I forget the exact name of it. I don't mean to offend, because of course it's very cultural for Rey Mysterio. But it looks really really cool, really really solid, and shouts out to POD for actually playing his entrance theme live that night. So I think that one I'll also put in A tier, and really good match as well, which is good, very good stuff. Next up is going to be the Royal Rumble 2008, when he took on Edge for the World Heavyweight Championship, and I like this one. It's not all silver like this one, but it is still silver. There's some changes that were made to the attire. It's been tweaked and updated a little bit. He's got the elbow pads and the gloves. So I think, and there's actual like detail and everything with like black to balance it out. So I think this one I'll put in B. It definitely corrects the mistakes of like the all silver one that we saw down there in the C tier. So Royal Rumble 2008 is going in B tier. Next up is going to be No Way Out 2008. Similar to this one, except a lot shinier. And sadly, I think this one falls back into the other silver one. Very shiny and everything, but not a whole lot when it comes to detail. It's like kind of faded into the gear, and I feel like the color should be offset so that it pops a little more. Unless that wasn't the idea, but Yeah, and of course the red armband because he was dealing with a torn bicep at the time. And incredible that he wrestled the match with a torn bicep, and actually off the spot, he clutched at his bicep, and it's what cost him the match. And I know that because I reviewed this pay per view. So if you haven't already, go check out that video as well. But as for this attire, I think I sadly also got to put it in C. Um, really good show, for the most part, but the attire itself I gotta put in C. Hey, apologies, Mr. Mysterio. Next up is going to be let's see. Oh, WrestleMania 25. Rey Mysterio was not at WrestleMania 24, but because he was having the bicep surgery, but he was at WrestleMania 25 in the Joker inspired attire from The Dark Knight. Hey, and this one looks pretty cool for the most part. You got the mask with the big wide smile like painted on. You got the purple jacket and the purple pants and the green suspenders. This one looks pretty cool for the most part. So, and he took on JBL, squashed him. JBL retired, but yeah. So this one I think I'm going to put in B tier, pretty good for the most part. Next up is going to be the green and black attire. I forget exactly where it's from, but it's a green and black attire that he wore, and it's more like a magenta here as opposed to like red. How I'm like used to seeing it because I've obviously seen the attire before, but still looks pretty cool for the most part. I feel like green and black are colors that usually go really well together, and like the elbow pads, like the gloves and everything, and the designs on the different sides are pretty cool. So I think green and black I'm gonna put in B. Pretty cool attire for the most part. So green and black is going in B. Next up is going to be the purple and yellow. I believe this is Lakers inspired, but this one is okay for the most part. The only thing that's like throwing me off is like how it alternates. So it's got purple and yellow on this side, but then it switches to yellow and purple. Also, they change spots, and they kind of do that with the elbow pads a little bit and the mask. And I feel like it kind of throws it off a little bit. Like, if like they kept it completely one side, like this side was completely purple and this side was completely yellow, and this side was completely purple and this side was completely yellow, I feel like it'd work out a little more. But with it being jumbled, it kind of ruins it a little bit. But I don't want to necessarily put it in C, so the purple and yellow attire is going in Yakko. But purple and yellow is going in B. Next up is going to be the black and pink, and kind of similar to this one, except with different colors. And I do really like this one for the most part. I feel like pink attires could be hit or miss. There's certain people that get away with wearing pink, such as like Rey Mysterio or like Bret Hart or like Dolph Ziggler, but and honestly the entire Hart Foundation because they all wore pink. But yeah, so this one I think is pretty cool. Oh, I'm gonna put it in B. It looks really good. So pink and black is going in B tier. Oh, Jesus, I cannot spell tonight. Who is next, or which attire I should say is up next? The zebra stripes from his match against Chris Jericho. I forget it, where exactly this is from, but pretty much it was kind of a like mask versus title match, and it all came about because Chris Jericho like ripped off the mask. And Rey was like unmasked, and he used that to roll him up and beat him. But this time Rey brought an extra mask with him. But the attire itself is pretty cool. I like the zebra stripes, and I like the red and the black, like really making it stand out quite a bit. So it's really cool stuff. It might be an homage because Shawn Michaels wore a similar gear to this. So I can look it up. Shawn Michaels zebra. Kind of attire, are similar to this, and or not that one. Where's the one with the red? The ones that appear in. Let me look up WWE 2K17. I know he definitely wore it in there. Kind of similar to like, shoot, where is it? I don't know if you can see it, but like that has zebra stripes and that has like red hearts and everything. I think it might be an homage to that, but I could be totally wrong about that. But yeah, so the zebra stripes, I think I'm gonna put in A. I think I'm gonna put the zebra stripes gear in A. But next up uh, is going to be WrestleMania 26, and this is based off the. Ooh, actually, smacked the crap out of my mic. I apologize, but next up is going to be WrestleMania 26. This is based off the Avatar movie, a movie I have never seen, but I actually heard mixed reception about it. Some people said it's really good. Some people said it's really boring, but I gotta check it out for myself, and I definitely will at some point because the second one is out, and apparently they started working on the third one even before working on the second one. Like, hold on, James Cameron. Get the second one out, let that be successful, then move on to the third. But I like this one. I like the light blue and like the stripes and everything, and it's got like the red, which I do recognize that the Navi had in the movie. He's got like the arm thing here, and he's got like the blue sleeve there, and he's got like the braid in the back. So I think this one as just like an entire. I'm thinking I'm gonna put it in B. It's also gonna go in B. Still a really cool one in my opinion. Next up, however, is WrestleMania 27. Yes, WrestleMania 27, based on Captain America, and I really, really like this one. I like the blue, how the logo in the center is like the Rey Mysterio logo, and it's got designs there. It's got the belt there. It's got the red. This one is really, really cool. So that one I'm gonna put in A. I don't know if I want to put it in 619, but it is a really cool gear, in my opinion. Next up is going to be the Royal Rumble 2018. Quick story that has nothing to do with the attire at all, but when I watched this live and I saw his return, the music counted down, and you heard his music, you saw him on the Titantron. I lost it. I was so excited, and you heard like the crowd go nuts when they saw it. It was a surprise. It caught us all off guard, and it was just fantastic. The 2010s, and say what you will about the 2010s as a decade, but man, they had some really good Rumble returns. But as for the attire itself, I really, really like this one. I like the black and the yellow and how it looks very different and very modernized. He's going back to the tights and everything, so it's really, really cool. So I think Royal Rumble 2018 I am gonna put in A. Is a really cool one in my opinion. It's kind of it's kind of like the base that they would use for a lot of Rey Mysterio's attires, but still really, really cool. But next up is WrestleMania 35. This one is really, really cool, and this is of course his match for the U.S. title against Samoa Joe, but it's based off Mysterio, because Mysterio was like the main villain for Spider-Man Far From Home, which will release later on in the year. Really cool stuff. I like the purple cape with like the two like little thingies that Mysterio had on his cape, and it's got the green with like the kind of like the I don't want to say like quilt design. I mean, there's like it's kind of like a fish scale design, I should say, which makes sense because Mysterio in the comics is like fishbowl, and of course it makes sense. You know, Rey Mysterio comics, and then I like the yellow boots and everything. It's pretty cool, and the yellow mask looks really cool as well. It probably would have been even better if he came out with like a fishbowl on his head, like a giant just like a giant dome piece. That would have been hilarious. But be that as may, the attire, I think, you know what? I think I'm gonna put this in 619 tier. It's a really cool attire in my opinion. I really really like it. Mostly, probably because I'm a sucker for comics, but it's a really cool attire in my opinion. Which, by the way, remember, these are all my opinions. So if you agree or disagree, that is totally fine. But next up is gonna be Survivor Series 2019. Rey managed to wear a second Joker-inspired attire and get away with it. This is based off the Joker movie from 2019. Really fantastic movie, by the way. And I like the red and the yellow and the green. Ain't similar to how Joker looked in the movie, and the white mask and everything, and the clown nose there with like the white gloves. So really, really good stuff. I think I'm gonna. I don't know if I want to put it in 619 tier, but I am gonna put it in A tier. So Survivor Series 2019, and of course Rey Mysterio, really, really, really great match against Brock Lesnar that year. Payback 2020, the first time that Rey got to team with his son Dominic, really good. But also like this attire, how it's based on like Superman with like the blue and the red boots and everything, but also it's got like the question mark and like the shape of like the Pentagon, like the Superman logo. So this one I think is also really really cool. Also, this one I think I'm also gonna put in A tier. It's a really really good looking gear in my opinion. Next up is WrestleMania Backlash 2021. The Batman inspired attire, and this one looks really cool. I like the gray, I like the blue, and shout out to Rey and Dominic Mysterio being the first father-son duo to win the tag team titles on this night. And this gear I think was really cool as well. I really really liked it. I wish, first of all, I wish there was blue boots instead of gray, but nothing you can really do. But I also wish Dominic Mysterio wore like a Robin inspired attire. I think Dominic Mysterio, let me make sure. Dominic Mysterio pay. Oh no, WrestleMania Backlash. That's 2021. He did not wear a Robin inspired attire, but it was still pretty cool. Dominic's attire was still really really cool. I'm actually not sure which attire Dominic's is supposed to be. If you guys know in the comments, please let me know. But it's still really really cool. So I think this one I am gonna also put in A. That's a really cool attire in my opinion. So WrestleMania, man, I cannot spell tonight. Backlash 2021, really cool gear. Next up is SummerSlam 2021, Macho Man inspired attire. Between this gear that he has and CM Punk's, I think they might be neck and neck for who had the better Macho Man inspired gear. I really like Rey's here, like the yellow and the pink tights and like the star and everything, and how it still has a lot of Mysterio stuff going on, and the yellow boots and the yellow mask with like the pink and everything looks really really cool. Also reminds me kind of like Pink Lemonade or just Lemonade, but of course homage to the legendary Macho Man Randy Savage. So this one I'm also gonna put in A. Just throwing out these A tiers left and right. So SummerSlam 2021, and next up is going to be WrestleMania 38, and his and Dominic's attire that night was really really cool, with like Rey Mysterio having like the Mexico inspired gear and Dominic having like the America inspired gear. Bringing those together I think was really really cool, and I like Rey's gear here with like the white and the green and red head and everything. Looks pretty cool, and also looks a lot similar, somewhat similar kind of theme to the gear he wore here at WrestleMania 21 against Eddie Guerrero. And to see him bring it back sorta in like some capacity here, I think was really cool, and I think I like this one a lot more than the other one. So you know what? I think this one I am gonna put in 619 tier. It is a really really solid gear in my opinion. Next up is SummerSlam 2022. I like this one for the most part. The red and yellow looking really, really good. So I think this one I'll put in. I think I'll put this one in B. It's still really, really cool gear, in my opinion. So SummerSlam 2022 is going to be. And finally, Clash of the Castle, as you see Dominic turning heel on both Edge and his own father, Rey. Michael Cole going nuts on commentary was awesome as well. But I like his gear here, the black mask, the red, and sort of the pink mixed throughout. I really like this one as well. So I think we'll end off with another A tier here for Clash at the Castle. And like I said, WWE, please do another UK premium live event because this crowd was electric and this show was really, really fantastic on the whole. Well, Triple H, if you're watching, we need more UK shows, man. But that is going to do it for this tier list. So, to recap, in 619 tier, we have Halloween Havoc 1997, WrestleMania 35, and WrestleMania 38. In A tier, we have WrestleMania 20, WrestleMania 21, WrestleMania 22, the Zero Stripes, WrestleMania 27, the Royal Rumble 2018, Survivor Series 2019, Payback 2020, WrestleMania Backlash 2021, SummerSlam 2021, and Clash of the Castle. In B tier, we have WCW, Debut, Yellow, San Diego Chargers, SummerSlam 2005, Royal Rumble 2006, Royal Rumble 2008, WrestleMania 25, the Green and Black, Purple and Yellow, Pink and Black, WrestleMania 26, and SummerSlam 2022. In C tier, we have the Silver, WrestleMania 19, and No Way Out 2008. And in Hang Up the Phone tier, we have Rey Mysterio without a mask. I know it's kind of sacrilege and kind of like not allowed to put the mask back on, but Thank God Rey put the mask back on. But nevertheless, that's going to do it for this tier list. Thank you all so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, please do me a favor. Like, comment, subscribe, share it with your friends. Turn on post notifications every time I upload videos so you can see it as soon as it drops. Let me know in the comments below your favorite and least favorite Rey Mysterio gears, I should say. And I will see you guys later. Peace.